Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. Oh boy, it's May for sure. Okay, because it feels like YNR is trying to make up for the fact that for the past, let's see, 4 months, give or take, it's been wishy washy, and boy, are they moving stories along. Which, all right, but if you could keep up this pace the rest of the year, that would be great. Okay. Um, Okay, I'm just gonna go around the bend, and then I'm gonna talk about why Peter Bergman is my hashtag today, and that'll be that. Okay. Okay. So we start out the show with Melody Thomas Scott and Haley Aaron in a scene together. They had a bunch of scenes together. I always love their scenes because you can tell they really like each other and they work well together. So, um, and I like the way they do the um, asking it questions and telling a story because it feels like a story and not just that they're trying to pull the audience in. So I appreciate that because I think that when you do a soap opera, especially, you have two things you're trying to do. You're trying to entertain people, number one, but also trying to move the story along and give somebody details of the story so that if they pop in the soap opera today, they could follow it within a week or something. Okay. And I've seen a lot of conversational dialogue, and some people can do it really well, and some people just can't. So I appreciate when it's well done. Okay. So the storyline they're getting to is that Nikki and Victor are still split up because of, in Nikki's words, the unconscionable thing that Victor did. So, yeah. And then Haley Aaron says, well, but you guys have faced stuff before and always pulled through. And Nikki says, but this is different. So yeah. Okay, now moving around the bend. Um, Patty Williams is still in town, which means Stacy Hadouk is still there. Apparently, she's going to be in a longer term contract than just a special guest star or whatever they denote that. So that's cool. But she was really a witch today. Oh boy. And okay, so this is another important part because I talked about it on Friday and I told you guys I would figure out where the piece goes. Because I saw Diane in a spoiler talking about, oh, could this day get any better or worse? And I said, I don't know what that's in relation to. I'm going to need more information here. Okay. It was because she ran into Patty Williams and Victor Newman together, and also who else did she run into? She almost ran into Jack, but she ran into somebody else. Anyway, so the second time she saw somebody she didn't really want to see, um, that's why she said that. So, mystery solved. Okay, going around the bend again. Now, to further on the conversation between Haley Aaron and Melody Thomas Scott, they threw in Crystal Khalil in there. And she's not so subtle with the dialogue because, okay, apparently you're supposed to believe that she's having to walk up on a conversation. And she does the whole, I didn't mean to overhear, but okay, yeah, you did. Okay, I mean, if you didn't mean to overhear, then you would have walked away. So anyway, so she says something to the effect of, well, is it true that you're not going to be running chancellor anymore? And then Nikki says, no, it doesn't look like that. And Lily says, why? And she says, well, whatever. And then Melody Thomas Scott asked Crystal Khalil a question. And she says, okay, well, while I have you here, I have a question for you. Why did you want people to believe that you were not okay? Why did you want Kane to believe you weren't okay? What was the deal between you and Victor? And she says, well, I just wanted to, kind of put it to Kane because of everything he had done before. And then she says, and then they take a break. And then she says, is that it? And Lily says, yeah, why would it be anything else? Okay. Yeah. I don't know what they did with Lily, because here's the thing. With Y&R, I'm noticing something here. And it took a while for me to notice it, because some of the things were like really distinct, and I was like, what the? But then some of them are subtle, so I was like, okay, is there something going on here? Okay, now, sorry about that. Okay, okay, when a bad girl goes nice, it's not so easy to discern, because sometimes it's like, okay, are they going nice? Or are they trying to be a good person for a minute to like deceive somebody else? That kind of thing. But when a good person goes bad, because okay, this is the way I see it. And I've seen Krista Khalil's performance as Lily from the beginning, pretty much from the beginning. Okay, she was nice girl, wouldn't hurt anybody, wouldn't do anything conniving, anything like that, right? They have turned her like a, because now she's like, I wouldn't say completely, I wouldn't go so far as evil, but she's totally conniving though. I don't know. And I don't know why they did that. Because, okay, now I've heard some people say, actresses say that, number one, it's more fun to play somebody kind of bad because you can go all kind of ways. But then also it might add longevity to your career. However, just from an innocent bystander standpoint here, I happen to believe that you can be a nice person and still have longevity on a soap opera. Okay, so why they turned Lily bad, I don't know. Because, okay, you got that thing going. Then you have the thing with the Malcolm's donor situation. I told you how she feels about Kane. It's all about who's going to save her dad, which I get on some level, but why do you have to be like that to Kane? What did he ever do to you? So anyway. All right. So, took me a while to get here. Sorry, I was trying to cover all the storylines. Oh, but also, okay. So here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to tell you why Peter Bergman gets my hashtag, and then I'm going to end with the story dealing with Victoria. Okay? All right. The reason why Peter Bergman gets my hashtag is because I now understand his logic of what he's going to do to Victor, how he's going to make him pay. Okay, so although he's going to ride a slippery slope for a while, because he knows Patty is into him. Okay, the thing is that he's not into Patty. We all know that, right? Okay, so he's going to ride the line and make her believe that he likes her, but he doesn't, just to get information and to basically screw with Victor, because at the end of the day, what Victor cares about is Nikki. Okay, so he said verbatim, "I'm gonna do what it takes so that there's no way Nikki wants to be with him ever again." Whoa! And I think Peter Bergman could do it. Well, I know he could do it. Okay, on to the storyline with Amelia, Heinley, Victoria, and then it'll be a wrap. Okay, so kind of feel bad for Victoria in this one, but I kind of don't, because she thought the nice thing to do would be to warn Billy about the possible implications on the legal front with the whole Phyllis situation, right? Okay, so then he's trying to be a good guy and say, well, while you're here, you know, I want you to know that Sally and I are engaged. And I was like, yay! Woo! And then her face was like, what? And then the coup de grace. They say, and Sally's pregnant. Talk about jaw on the floor. Amelia Heinley's jaw was on the floor. Oh well. So, man, the reason I don't feel so bad about the way that Victoria was told is Victoria does not give a crap about Billy at all. Okay? And if you had any doubt what her feelings about him are, just watch a couple scenes with them. You'll see what I'm talking about. She doesn't care about him at all. Like, to the point where I don't even know. I know they were married, but if you told me they were married, I wouldn't believe you. I'd be like, yeah, right. They must have been married like 6 months, because they have no emotion whatsoever. And I'm not talking about, I know that it's not going to be like a passionate love, but even when you break up with somebody, or like say you get divorced, I've heard, not that I know, but that you have residual feelings sometimes of like maybe some love in there. That's not what I read on this one. Okay, that's it. Bye, everybody.